That's why it is not necessary. Normal tendency of human being is that they don't feel any need
Because they clicked on the
for
stop.
having that need for God or the divine within. There is no need for them unless they feel the attraction or they feel distaste for the apparent objects of the world, whatever we think. Huh. So, one point, Ramakrishna said, if you move east towards east, west will fall back, is it not? You cannot put one leg in the east, west, and think that you are moving to the west. You have to lift that leg and then make a step. Then it is your progress towards the other side, is it not? So, if we think that this will go on without detaching or without giving up the petty things of life, you cannot gain big thing. So this is the inspiration here now we are reading now. So it is said, Matirna Krishne Paratasatu Va Mitho Vipaddeto Grihabratanam Uadanto Govir Bishatang Tamisram Punah Punah Charvita Charvananam Nate Vidu Swarthagating Hi Vishnum Dura Swayaye Bahirarthamaninaha Andha Jathandhairupo Niyamana Bhagi Sati Bhagi Shatantya Murudamni Baddha. So what does it mean? Motirna Krishne Parata. There will be no moti, means no inclination, no tendency, no love, no yearning for Krishna. Mati, worldly minded people, they were slaves of uncontrolled senses, are confined therefore to the hellish life of ignorance, repeatedly chew the cud of the sensuous experience in recurring circles of birth and death. So, this type of people, that means those who are very much engrossed in the world and always thinking of world and worldliness, that mind is not capable of feeling any attraction for God. There are many, how many millions of people. If you talk about God, they will say, are you crazy? Most কাছে আসুন এখানে আসুন এই চেয়ারটা এখানে নিয়ে আসুন এই চেয়ারটা এগিয়ে দিন তাহলে কাছে হবে কষ্ট হবে না এখানে বসুন আচ্ছা where did they go? They know that this class is there?
I haven't seen them.
Probably they do not know. Those.
I should have pulled them in with me.
Yeah, but you didn't tell them, no?
I didn't know what their plans were.
No. Their plan is nothing. They do not know. Could you go quickly?
I can go find them.
You know where are they? Their room, you know? Where they live? Yeah, knock that door.
Okay.
Only tell that there is a class. They may not have to come, but if they think that they do not know, quickly come. The minds of men, moti, the minds of men, moti means the tendency of the people, addicted to the worldly ways. Mitho abhipaddati grihabratanam. Those who think that household, material world, all money, wealth, and these are everything of life. Those who have their bruto, they live in that bruto, in that consciousness. So for them, they are not turned towards Krishna. They are moti Krishna parato that mind will not go to Krishna, sata, spontaneously. That will not go. Or sata, by spontaneity, those who are thinking day and night of the world and worldliness, and it's what the money, sense pleasure, and this and that, day and night thinking like that, they have no inclination, they cannot expect to have any inclination for Krishna. And either asked by one's inclination or by counsel of others. Even someone gives some advice, okay, see the splitting nature of the world, think of God also. This will not go with you. When you die, nothing will go with you. You have to live in the world. That's okay. But think of God also. And think that that is the source of all peace and joy. And this is to be again and again, repeatedly, someone tells, that will not create any impression in their mind. You know? Suppose when you find all the time, when there is a Satprasanga, a holy company is going on, someone, sermon, how many people will come? And wherever there is a group of devotees, I have checked, well, we don't get anybody. Huh? 4, 5 of us. Why 4, 5 of us? The town is full of hundreds and thousands of people. But because it is God, no one is interested. But you tell them, there will be some bhandara. See how people will run. They will say, oh, there will be mochop lagao. And says, all the whole people will come. Even hearing, oh, what time? They will have extra energy. That means this mind which is engaged like that. Given the example, punas chorbita charmananam. Chorbita charman. Chorbita means the cows, what they do? They eat the grass first, as much as they can. And when they have little time, what they do? Whole time bring out that again, and then chew it, and chew it, and chew it. That's called chorbito charban. Once chorbito, once you have the glimpses of this world and many impermanent things of the world, and you're getting that, once you intake, and that goes in the seats, then we ruminate over that. That's why our meditation time, all the time mind moves here and there. Why? Chorbito charban. Once you have digested, chewed it, and taken in the subconscious, and bring it out and chew it, chew it, chew it. Our favorite thoughts, good or bad. That is the chewing, like a helpless. The cow need not have to do anything. He's sleeping, but he's chewing. High. What is chewing? What he has already absorbed. So if one absorbed everything worldly, what he will do? Day and night thinking of world. Only share market, stock market, this market, that market, and what happened to this person, what happened there, what the news media said, what has happened in the whole world. Busy. Mind is always busy with all this information. What is the time for thinking here? Thinking of God. That's okay. You have tried. Thank you. So that's why it is said that the minds of men who are worldly ways are not turned towards Krishna. Either they are urged by one's own inclination, that does not happen, or by the counsel of men enter the dark region of hell because they are unable to restrain the organs of sensual enjoyment, feeding on them like cattle chewing the cud. And here is a different expression, that's the same. Worldly minded men, slaves to their uncontrolled senses. Why it is happening? Senses means I will see only wherever there is anything going on, any form, any name. Eyes will run for that. Ear is here, is always ready to hear something outside. And so many information through the ear, through the eyes, bombarded. No, we are sitting before the television. What is it? Bombardment of all information, all the eye and ear is coming. Eye is also coming, sound is also coming. Both way attacking. And you are intaking. And when you are taking, it is going into the mind, and mind is holding into subconscious. So it is getting settled, settled, and settled. And as a result, what is happening? This whole mind is desire, full of desire of old things which we get from the outside, all the garbage what we get from outside. And then where is the time for the mind to go? To God. When such persons are addicted to worldly life, devotion does not arise either by itself or through the talk of others or for contacts among themselves. Yeah? Even you get holy company, people go to pray, but it does not make a mark in the mind. Because where is the problem? Problem is where the mind is slaving. Mind is what you call slaved to something else. So the mind is bound, it is tied there, as it were, in a chain, unseen chain. Whatever you liked once, or whatever you hated once, your mind will be there and there only. If you hate somebody, you need not have to think spontaneously. You need not. That thought will make you continuously chew it, and chew it, and chew it. And what will happen? If the mind is gone that way, there is no chance of mind of thinking God. So this is very important point to think in our life, how we want to spend our time. That's why it is rare privilege if the mind can really turn towards God. And when one turns towards God, for him other things are meaningless. And when he does not, everything becomes meaningful, minus God. Serious on every issue. Every nasty, filthy, impure, meaningless thing, that becomes very valuable in life. And God, the source of peace, the joy, blessings, no time to think of that. It is not the fault of anything, because mind, the instrument is the mind. If the mind does not ruminate on, that's why Sravanam, Darshanam, Padusevanam, all the process of bhakti school. Why? Repeatedly listen and listen and listen. Manmana bhavamad bhakta majjaji mang namaskuru. In the Gita she said, so think of me, offer everything to me, be a devotee of me. But we read all these things, and I quote also in talking, but never practice. This is the how difficult is this? Because so much samskaras are ingrained. Whatever you say, mind will turn again to the same old rat. Collar record. Yeah. And then the old pin will sit in the record. What you call? Gramophone record. And if it starts, again, and the same thing. Because it does not get out of the group. So our group of worldliness, thought, that group can be made God. Then it will repeat. Japa, ajapa, repeating the name continuously. That can also be practiced. And if you keep the mind in God, where is the time to think of other things? If one mind is mind, no? You keep in the mind in a cup, you have a cup. If the cup is full with oil, you pour water, what will happen? Water will run away. Or anything you keep. So you keep some divine thing, and other thing, anything comes, it will overflow. It cannot enter there. And if it is keeping with the worldly thing, it will be filled with world. God cannot come there. As much as you pour from outside, God will splash away. So, that's why it says, they do not know, corrupted by the engrossment in objects of the senses, or the dura, saya, the bahir arthamanina. Those who find the honor, মান দেয় যারা মান দেয় বাহিরের অর্থে, বহির্বস্তুতে। So বহিরর্থমানিনা, those who give honor and respect for external things, so durasaya, not a bidu, sarthagating hi Vishnu. Because of the sarthaparata, selfish motivation, being corrupted by the engrossment in the objects of the senses, they cannot know Vishnu, who is attained only by those who have no interest in such objects, and seek for the samanbanam of life within himself. Being guided by like-minded teachers, they resemble blind men guided by a blind, bound as they are by the Lord's wordy cord of bondage, the stout rope of Vedic rituals. Those, instead of loving God, those who engage in rituals. In the early time, when we are talking about the period of this Krishna, right? Hindu houses, there were rituals of fire sacrifice and other things. They are engaged in fire rituals, but they forgot why the fire ritual you are doing, to please Narayana. No? There is a story in the Bhagavad that once the Narayana, means Krishna, one day he was playing with the cowherd boys, and after playing he felt that Krishna, other boys are saying, Krishna, we are feeling very hungry. Then Krishna, for testing them, they said that, oh, you are hungry, okay, go to the priests. They are performing rituals in home of fire, oblation for Narayana, no? They offer it to Narayana. So you tell and go to them and tell them that the Lord Krishna feels hungry. So give something what is to. There is, when you do puja, there are so many food plates, no? That is to be offered to Krishna. Even in home of fire time, we take plate full of fruits and this to offer it to the fire. So Krishna suggested, go to these Brahmins who are scholars. They know the philosophy, they know the ritual, they know the mantra, and they are chanting that mantra. Go to them and then ask for that something to give so that we can meet our hunger. And these boys went, and these priests were so angry and throw them out. Get out, you nonsense boys! You are asking for food here. We are doing jagna, but they do not know this sacrifice is for whom, to please whom. The boys came back and very much upset. And Krishna listened everything. Oh, okay. Now go to their women, folks, who are cooking and doing everything, and they're inside. Go to them and tell that Krishna is hungry, so could you give some food? Oh my God, these children went there and asked these ladies who are cooking, and they're cooking for the Lord. They're not cooking for eating, for the after all prasad as we do. And as soon, because that is to be offered to the sacrificial place, one by item, so many items, no, one after another. How many trays and plates we bring? Special puja time. So it is coming, but they are organizing that. And as soon as they heard that Krishna is hungry, my God, they got so excited, and then gave all the good food for the prepared for the puja. They totally gave them, and they also wanted to give themselves to the children. Then Krishna appreciated. See the foolishness of these pandits, scholars. They are performing rituals. They do not know, to please me only they are doing the puja. But when he was begged to give some, they could not recognize, they throw away the request. And these simple ladies, they have not high standard of education, but see their love for me. They are the greatest example of love. So Krishna appreciated this. In the Bhagavad, there is a beautiful description of that. When Krishna was playing with the cowherd boys. So the question is that people get easily merged into rituals and mantras and chants and all these things. That is good. There is nothing wrong. But that should be added with the devotion. If the devotion is not there, your scholarly chanting of mantras and performing rituals and hand gesture and posture and throwing flowers here and there, as is in the book, it can make you a good mm, performer. But here you are ignoring the Lord who is coming to you for blessing you, you are ignoring that. So that the idea is given here. That means your rituals, performance of rituals and things are good if it is added with love for God. If it is minus, then it has no meaning of it. So the note says, the point stressed here is that spiritual stagnation is the consequence when people avoid holy company and confine themselves exclusively to the influence and guidance of the worldly men. Worldly men don't think that you are a worldly. Householder does not mean whoever lives, not a monk, they are householder. No, his intention is not. You live in the world, those who cannot think of anything but the world. They are being criticized here. Even they are pandits. They may be pandits in 6 systems of philosophy. Matters little. If they have no love for God, if it is not done for pleasing the Lord, then it is arthahin, meaningless. Even the spiritual advisors they seek will be persons versed in Vedic ritualism, or they may have occult practices which promise fulfillment of desire here, an intense sense enjoyment in the heaven hereafter. That is the concept of heaven, no? What we don't get it here, we will get it there in the heaven. Here, you cannot hold on to your youth. In heaven, you will be always a young person. Here, you have to earn so hard, earn money to have some anything, whatever pleasurable thing you want to experience. Here, no, you get it free. So all fun and joy there, that is the concept of heaven. Concept of heaven in every religion is something, it is more in expectation of the worldly thing. That's why Hindus don't, ultimate goal is not heaven. They always think is Islamic heaven. If they are Arab country people, they will think heaven, there will be always streams of rivers are flowing, water will be flowing, and khejur, what is that? Date. Date will be hanging everywhere, and enjoyment, fun, 72 huris, these, that, all are available free. See, that is the concept. You go to Hindus will say, Hindus, if they come from Bangladesh, they will say, oh my God, not water much. Every year there is a flood. So many river and water. Bangladeshi devotees will think of heaven, that there will be not too much rain, not too much heat, a moderate climate, and there will be plenty of food, plenty of um, birds and these and that. Whatever we don't get it, we think that we'll get it. Concept of heaven is another worldly place. Only you can enjoy plenty. Because here is we have our limited senses. It has a sense limitation. Suppose you want to eat, okay, how much you can eat? Okay, you are given 1 plate, 2 plate, 5 plates, 10 plates. Then after no, it's a torture. But in heaven, you can eat as much as you like. You will not be bloating. There is no fat, there is no diabetes, there is no cholesterol, there is no brain stroke, there is no heart attack, there is no problem of a kidney failure, no problem because you are young all the time, no disease, not a truttvang, no jaraya viveti. There is no old age in the Katha Upanishad it says. Oh no, oh Jama Devata, huh? This is under your realm, this earth. We have old age, we have disease, we have death, no? But in heaven, na tatra tvam, tatra there, no tam, you are not there. And no jaraya bhiviti, second no jara. Old age means what? You have every organ, but every organ has become weak. Huh? It is no more vigor. The eyes are there, eyes cannot see much. Ears are there, ears don't respond like used to do it before. Tongue used to eat so much food, but now little eating and gas and this and that, all problem. Huh? But there, no problem in the heaven because it is a different type of concept. So heaven, but heaven cannot be the place what we desire to go because that has a beginning and end. So they can desire in the heaven. So even the spiritual advisors they seek will be person versed in the Vedic ritualism, or they have occult practices which promise fulfillment of desires here in this world and intense sense enjoyments in the heaven hereafter. Vedic ritualism, based on the Vedic mantras and Brahmana's text, are described here as the Lord's code of word of binding jivas to worldliness. In modern times, too, we find the same tendency for worldliness to masquerade under pseudo spiritual garbs. Uh, the only difference is that occultism has taken the place of ritualism. Occultists and miracle mongers offer themselves as spiritual masters, and that is in the world, whom many people follow, who can show much more miracle. Not many people come to Ramakrishna, but who can say you get cured from the disease, mass. Tons of people will be around that person, no? Someone will be cured from some physical ailment by touch, by looking, by giving something. That's why for God who will come? Do you get the point? For God who will come? Because they are happy with those. Ramakrishna gave the example that the mouse, these rice dealers, they keep, there is a silos where they store the rice, and the owner, they make it plan that the rats should not enter into that storage place. So what they do, they threw some of the rice grains outside, and these mice, they come and they chew one or two, and wow, it is so good, and get satisfied and go back. Ramakrishna said, they are so fool, they do not know. They go a little further and enter into the store. He will not to go anywhere. Eternally satisfied. So much he cannot finish eating even. So worldly joy and pleasure is like that. We are satisfied with little something and happy for the time being. And tomorrow you will be hungry again. You have your feeding today, but what you have today, tomorrow you will again feel the same hunger. So it cannot be satisfied.
But when he's saying like that in the wine shop, why do you need to count how many barrels of wines are there if you can get intoxicated?
So get intoxicated, that is the point. You have to get intoxicated. Why you go and take one and then again become sorrowful? You bite one grain and you feel your stomach is full, and then you go back and again you feel, oh, I'm hungry. Then you may hunger for this material thing. Again you come back and then again eat, again go, again eat. Why? So that is the call. Get absorbed. Then you need not have to pay any attention to anything of the world. So that's why genuine love for God is very, 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 very rare. Among the bhaktas, among the sadhus, among the renunciate, among everything, genuine devotion is really, really is a very precious thing. Unless the mind feels dissatisfaction with the existing situations of life, existing achievements of life, uh, it is impossible. Mind will not go. It will go and come back again. Go and come back again. A little bit, for a fraction of a second, it will feel it is good, and next moment again. Anything we get in the world, we are very happy with that. That is the way continuously. In modern, and that's why occult. Those who can do occult power, so occult power, and miracle mongers, they offer themselves as spiritual masters, and worldly minded men find in them congenial spirits for seeking guidance for the fulfillment of their worldly needs through occult methods. This is an absolute erosion of spiritual values. Occult powers are as irrelevant to spiritual competency as possession of wealth or political power. That means we should not crave for that. Sense is that we should have to look something higher and greater. Both the Gita and the Bhagavad speaks despairingly of the karma, kanda, ritualism of the Vedas, that Nishtraigunya Bhavarjuna. He has given a quotation. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nishtraigunya. So Vedas, rituals, they are made of the three gunas. Attainment of physical objects and enjoyment. So that is not the goal. So don't go for occultism. Don't get messed up into the ritualism. That's why ritualism in all religion. People forget for what রবীন্দ্রনাথ টেগোর বলেছেন না, তোমার পূজার ছলে তোমায় ভুলে থাকি, তাই না? ধূপের ধোঁয়া, তারপরে কি দীপের আলো, হ্যাঁ, পায় না সময়, হ্যাঁ, চরণ ছোঁয়া। তোমার the main purpose of to touch your feet, I don't get that time. What I do, I get busy with plucking flowers, making sandal paste, making garlands, and when I'm doing, I could have think of you, but I don't, I miss them, and I say, oh, I did morning to till, maybe it takes long time to collect all these things and do the perfectly puja, but during that entire period we did puja, but for whom we did the puja, we never think of it. There is less distraction. Our distracted mind does not take us to think, I'm doing it for the Lord, and He is there sitting. I will decorate this way. He is waiting for me. I will put flowers at His feet. I will put the incense. He is smelling. I am offering and He is smelling. I am giving this food and He is eating. Eating not like it. Devatas don't eat like this. Devatas see by the eyes. They see glance. Drishtibhog. There is a word, Drishtibhog. It's a big philosophy. Why Drishtibhog? God does not eat. You give 5 sweets, and you take out, when you offer back, you see 5 sweets are there. Then what He ate? At all God has taken. If it has taken with your love, when you offer, God takes that love as if smeared on the sweets. So in the Upanishad it's also said, Drishtva Devanas Nanti na pibanti Drishtva Tripanti. Deva, the gods, not asnanti, na pibanti, তারা খায় না, তারা পান করে না, they don't eat, they don't drink. You give drinking water, you give some juice, or you give some food items. They don't eat like that as we eat and finish the plate. But what they do, drishtva, just glancing at the food. That's why Thakur said, no, When Ramakrishna used to offer food plates, he used to see from mother's eyes. You see, in the life, the description is very clearly given. Ramakrishna said that he saw that from divine mother's eyes, the rays of light came and touched each of the food item given, and then after touching everything, then withdraw. That it becomes, that's why we call prasad. Huh? But we have to think that he is eating. But without devotion, this is a ritual. And most of our Hindu families, the problem is what? Everyone goes to the shrine, hometown, home shrine, and they spend half an hour, 45 minutes. I was in the shrine. What did you do? 20 gods and goddesses are all placed together, jam-packed. They have no place, no sitting place. You keep 20 people, you should give some space, no? Nice space. Good seat. And plate, this tiny. 1, 2 nukuldana. 2 sweet round balls of sugar candies like that. And just given to everyone. And cleaning this, putting this, taking out this, another cloth, another thing. I saw some home, so many gods, and not only Ganesha is not one Ganesha, 10 Ganesha has appeared. Somebody has given. What shall I do? I put into the altar. And another gave, 10 Ganesha, 20 Mahalakshmi, and maybe 30 Shiva. Are how will you meditate? How will you concentrate? It's all distracted. And to clean if you keep, you are honored guest. No, God is your honored guest. So you should give a good seat for his sitting. God is sitting in the hard rock, wood. No cushion even. We cannot give cushion even. And then we give glass. The glass is so dirty. Yeah. Little water somewhere. And no, you cannot even give space out. No so much space. And every day to take out everything, to clean everything. I saw several houses, Baba. They spend 2-3 hours there to do every day, to change clothes, to put things. But when you think, why not sit 2-3 hours and think God here? Keep one nice photo of Thakur, Ma, Swamiji. Sarvadeva Devi Swarup, or you like, whatever you like, put one photo of your own choice and focus and meditate. And no, I am in Thakurgarh. So that the mind is the question, the mind is to be involved. Ritual is good, but ritual to be remembered why I am doing the ritual. To reach this goal, my mind is distracted. I am trying to use my distracted mind, keeping itself engaged in plucking flower, doing garland, all the sandal paste, or organizing everything, but for pleasing him, for thinking of for whom you are doing.
The last 3 lines are very good. We should go on to that song. The last 3 lines of the song.
What?
What you were talking about here?
What is that? ওই তো তোমার পূজার ছলে তোমায় ভুলেই থাকি, পাদব আসন আপন মনের একটি কোনায়, সরল প্রাণের নীরব হয়ে তোমায় ডাকি। এই যে বলছে আছে কাজ কি আমার মন্দিরেতে আনাগোনা। হোয়াট ইজ মাই পারপাস অফ গোয়িং টু দ্য টেম্পল, কামিং অ্যান্ড গোয়িং ব্যাক? পাদব আসন, আই ওয়ান্ট টু মেক এ সিট, পুট এ সিট, আপন মনের একটি কোনায়, in my own heart, in one corner of my heart. It is dedicated to God only, no? And sorol prane, in simple faith, and nirav hoye, in my silence, being alone with you, tomai daki. I want to call you, no? Phuler mala, when I creating the garland, diper alo, the light of the lamp, dhuper dhua, the dhua means the smoke of the what you call incense, পিছন হতে পাইনে সুযোগ চরণ ছায়, all these are going, so I don't get any chance to touch your feet. Stober Bani Raral Tani Tomae Dhaki. And I chant some stop. Ong bong 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 bong. Chanting. The puja time. And we really, with this chant and things, we are keeping yourself away from me. দেখবো বলে এই আয়োজন মিথ্যা রাখি. I say that I will see God. I want to serve God. But it is a mitha, it is a myth, it is a lie. And what I do? এই আয়োজন, all this arrangement has been done. আছে তো মোর তৃষাকাতর আপন আখি. But my eyes are really waiting to see you. That's why what I can see. কাজ কি আমার মধ্যে, therefore it is not necessary to go to the temple and come back. Let us bring back one part of my mind. Let it be go to my heart, and then we can make a seat for the Lord and see Him here. So this is the call.
Maharaj, can I say something?
Yes.
Like when we go to different temples, we see the different forms. Like there is Ma Kali, then we see Dakshineshwar Nam.
Anyhow, many forms.
Ma Kali. Then we go to কালীঘাটের মা কালী, আমরা যে গেছিলাম আদ্যাপীঠের মা কালী. So when I thought about what you were saying, and when I pray to any of these ma kalis, they all come to these different forms, and I do have different forms where I pray. And I think like I might be at fault, but I'm thinking of all these mas, but they do come to my mind. They really, I think, Abdama, if I don't do that, I don't feel complete.
Forget
so
that.
That's what I sometimes get into trouble,
What trouble?
যে আমি ভাবছি আমি মা কালীকে কালীঘাটে যাই, তারপরে আব্দামার কাছে যাই.
Your problem is that you are thinking these are all different mothers. But you are not thinking only one mother. You wearing one dress in Kalighat, another dress in Dakshineshwar, another day. Think that way. You're fundamentally mistaken. There is only one divine mother for the whole universe. And she is Apni. You are wearing this dress. You have how many dresses? You look the same person, same, when you change your dress. So we have to think that God, mother wears different dress for their children. Children love to see, one child loves to see mother this way. Another child loves to see mother in another way. So mother has taken so many forms. And when you see them, wonderful. Be blessed, feel that mother is coming to me and get absorbed. That is we are reading. Not rituals. I am not saying to go to ritual. But going there, if you feel such inspiration, then it is good. But we are saying here different. We are saying is it different. People go, but don't think of God. Tell me, you are talking about that when you go to Dakshineshwar, 500 people, 1,000 people standing in line. What they are talking, chit-chatting. Oh, what has happened to your daughter-in-law? What has happened to grandson? And what has happened to the grandma? What has happened to that the marriage of the daughter? What is the politics going on? You are holding the puja packet and you are talking about all these things. Does it make any sense? So, that's the point. But among them, there may be people who are repeating the mother's name, feeling her presence, and then that is the thing we were talking about. We are to do that. But in most of the time, rituals are such, people forget for whom they are doing, and they get engaged into the useless rituals. That should not be done. Okay, now let us read the other next verse then. 51. 51. Kaumaro acharet pragno dharman bhagavatan iha durlabang manushang janma tadapi adhruvam arthadam. So, Kumara acharit praggo. Who is saying Prahlada? The Prahlada, we talked about Prahlada the other day, the boy who is born in the family of the Asuras, the demons, and his father was totally against God. And that I told the story that he kicked the pillar. Remember? Huh? Huh. So that Prahlad, when he's talking to his friends, he is talking that we are all Kumar. Kumar means what? Before adult. The age before adult and childhood. Childhood and adulthood in between period is called Kumara period.
Teenage.
Teenage, 10, 12, 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that type of range. So at that, he said that people may say, many people say, the young people coming to temple meditation, our mom and dad always say, why are you going to temple now? This is the young age, enjoy life, eat, sleep, do. When you'll be old, then we'll do things. But Prahlada says, no, Kumaro acharit praggo. Those who are intelligent people, praggo, wise people, they should go through the disciplines of dharma. Dharman. Dharman means all the, that makes you dharmic, that makes you really, what do you call, spiritual. So you have to do now. Don't think in old age. Who knows that you will be up to old age? And even old age, you see, we are all old. Huh? How much old you need to be more old? We are already 72, 75, 73, 78. How old you want to be? Is it not the time to start this intense practice? But Prahlad is saying it should be started at the very beginning. No? Wise people, pragga, should cultivate acharet, the devotional mode of life, dharman, bhagavataniho, that which is said in the Bhagavata. This is the Bhagavata book, only collection, choicest collection from Bhagavad. So they should only engage in the life from their childhood, boyhood itself. Why? Durlabhang manushang janma. This human birth is very rare, very special. It's not human. Look at the life of other animals and creatures. So what opportunity is there for thinking about God? A cow cannot think of God. He is engaged in fulfilling the stomach. The animals, plants, just survival mode. Most of the animal world you go, one bird is chasing another bird, running this way to protection. But the one deer, look at the deer. They have no peace in the mind. All the time. Any sound coming, oh, somebody's probably chasing me. They run 60, 70 miles a day. So when they will think of God? So that's why this human birth is so precious. Durlabham, very rare, this human birth. Manusham tadapi adhruvam arthanam. And moreover, what he said, in which alone God realization, the supreme end of man's existence, can be had, is rare and difficult to get. And besides, life is short and precarious. Tadapi, this life, or dhruvam, not dhruva, not permanent. That means short-lived. Our life is very short-lived. We do not know when it will die out, how long it is still with us. And life is short and also orthodam. Here it says, the translation, here says that the wise should take to devotion of the blessed Lord from the early years of the life. It is a rare good fortune to have human reincarnation. Life is ephemeral and short and should be made to yield as much as one can extract out of it. That means we will have to work on that. Life is important, so we should have to utilize the life in proper way. Next verse. No hyachyutam prinayato bahuayaso asuratmajaha atmatvat sarvabhutanam siddhatvat iha sarvataha koti prayaso asura balaka hare rupasane sve hridi छिद्रवत् सताः स्वस्यात्मनः चक्षुर अशेष देहिनां सामान्यतः किं विषयोपपादनैः. It is not difficult to please Achyuta, this Lord. He is the innermost self of all beings and is therefore close to everyone. No hi achyutang prinayato. To please people, how much energy we spend. To please a friend, to please entertain somebody, how much energy. A guest comes, how much energy you spend. You go to shopping, purchase this thing, that thing, cooking, that, this. You organize all these things. But to please God is much easier. Patrang puspang phalang toyang. You need not have to organize big things. You with love say, oh Lord, I give this water, please do take it. I give this fruit, please have it. Bas, he is more than happy. But you cannot, but this easy thing we do not do. That's why he says, Nahi achyutang prinayato bahu ayaso. You need not have to do many ayaso, effort. No, don't need many effort to do. O Asuratmaja. Asuratmaja means, oh you children, we are all born of the Asura family. Because all the children are the Kangso and all these, their children, worldly minded. That means born in this lower caste, lower life, lower standard of life. So it is very easy to please the Lord. He is innermost self, Atmatvat. Why it is so easy? Atmatvat sarvabhutanam. He is the Atman, real self of all beings. It is the real self of you, real self of me, real self of everyone, whether you recognize or not recognize. He is the real self. Siddhatvad iho sarvata. That's why it is easy to propitiate. He is also easy to propitiate and therefore attainable to anyone and anywhere. So, O children, there is no difficulty in practicing devotion to Sri Hari. Eh? It is so easy. So you all join now, chant the name of Hari. He is inspiring. As he infills the hearts of one and all, like the Akasa, na? He has no special choice that I will give less to him and more to him. He's like space. Space is open to anyone. You stand here, you are in the space. You stand there, it is the space. Space is not making any choice. I like you, you come here, you go there. It is not like that. God does not do any choice, but we make our choice. So, like space, He fills our heart totally. Ko uti prayaso asura baloka, O asura baloka, Hare Rupasane, in the Upasana of Hari, Swe Hridi Chidravatsata. Is in the heart, in the core of the heart. He is residing like space. He is the soul of one soul. Saswatmana. It is the Atman. Swa Aswa Atmana. Second, fourth line at the bottom. He is the friend of all beings. Shakkhur. Asesha Dehinam. Shakku means Sakha. He is the friend of all the Sakku Ashesha Dehinam. Whoever is born anywhere in the world, he is the friend of all. Aseshu Dehinam. And of what avail is it to leave him and go after sense enjoyments which even brute creations can have. That means in the creatures, these creatures who are in the lower life, they are also having sense pleasure. But in human life, you can do something greater, which the other lives cannot do, which other lives are ability. There is no ability. They cannot think of God. The cow cannot think of God because his mind, man only can look at the sky. Oh my God, what is this? What is this vast thing? No? And we have time, even human being has time to think sometimes. When there is a pause of their activity, less activity, then they have the time. People do even very busy life. At the end of the day, think, what am I doing? Sometimes we hear this comment, no? I am very busy, very busy, very busy. And sometimes someone says, but what? What am I doing? I'm earning money. How much you need? How many hours you are giving for that? No, I am too pressurized. I cannot sleep whole night. I did 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours work. You know, that Ovilas. See that boy. What a nice boy. With the desire, he will make a good money, 100,000, 130,000 or something, and enter into some job. Made him how much? 13, 14, 15 hours a day work. 14 hours squeezing, no Sunday, no Monday. And that poor guy lost his brain now. For money. Arey, what will you do with the money? 100,000, what will you do? And you have damaged your life now. He cannot think anything. He cannot focus anything. He's complaining every day. He's crying every day. He wanted to be a monk. He wants that. Now this monk desire has come, seeing the brutality of the earning money. I earn so much money because he's just a graduate student and got such a high offer. He said, I'll make a good money. But at the cost of what? And he has a good will to lead a life, but this is not, body is not fit. The mind is not functioning properly. A sick mind is not fit for spiritual life. Mind should be strong and powerful. Mind should understand this is unreal. God is the reality. And I know that it cannot satisfy me. We'll have to earn money. So go that far where you can keep a balance of everything. And now, actually, he gave up the job. One day he gave up the job and threw away. And then they begged that I want to be a monk. And then came in one place or other place like that. So you see, one point, one time comes in everyone's life. Enough work. For what? What am I doing? People do charity. Also good work. But after doing so much, one day they will have to pause. What for? What did I gain? Still I am having some desire inside that I am not reached the goal. I am not fulfilled. I am not totally saturated with something which is ever peaceful. So that call will come. And that is possible in human body. In other births, scope is not there. That's why don't misuse. That's why the Prahlada is saying we are all born in the family of the Asuras. Asuras means those people who are identified with the body and the sensate experience and joy and fan of money, wealth, etc. Only physical and not thinking of anything. Though we are born in that. But this durlabh, this rare human birth we got, so we should be very careful how we can utilize and get the best out of it. So this is the translation I have read. I read from this book and then I end our study today. It says that the wise one should take to devotion of the blessed Lord from early years. It is a rare good fortune to have a human reincarnation. And life is ephemeral and its short term should be made to yield as much as one can extract. Short life, short span, And how within that short span you can squeeze as much as spirituality. And it says, "O scions of Asuras, there is not much hardship in this work of pleasing the Achyuta, the Lord, since He is the very soul of everybody and is present everywhere." O ye scions of Asuras, such labor is not involved in the adoration of Hari, who pervades like Akasha and is present in the heart of everyone. He is the friend of each and all. What is the good of procuring gratification of the senses, knowing as one does that such enjoyments are common to all living creatures, even to the swine that reveals in filth, that reveals in filth. Wife, children, riches, cattle, house, land, elephants, hoards of treasure, all worldly prosperity is short lived and can do little good to the mortal man. These pleasures of the world, earthly and heavenly, are the rewards of the religious sacrifices. Oye, why Hindus don't want to go to heaven? Because you do austerity, you fast, you do yoga, you do home fire, you do puja. What? You can go to heaven because you did some good work. So, but this is the pleasures, the world, that means earthly and heavenly, are rewards of the religious sacrifice. They are subject to decay. They are not free from impurity. They create jealousy. Therefore, in order to reach the Supreme Being, worship Him, capital, whose blemish no one has seen or heard, with a devotion such as has been prescribed in the Shastras of the Bhagavatam. Note, there is a jealousy at the sight of someone possessing an object of pleasure that you hanker after, but which you have not got. Jealousy comes where? Someone is getting something and I didn't get it. Seeing that, jealousy comes. So it's saying there is jealousy at the sight of someone. Even you see someone is happy. There are people who cannot tolerate that. Seeing someone happy, they get angry. They get mad. They, there are people who will be happy with the happiness of others. And there are people that someone is dressing something, a fine dress, nice dress, and I have not done nice dress. That creates jealousy. Someone has one Mercedes Benz car, and I have only Toyota. That man, people become jealous. Anything can create that jealousy. So here says, someone possessing an object of pleasure that you hanker after, but which you have not got. Even the gods are not free from this jealousy. For the question of human. Because that's why they fight so much, no? God, Indra, Chandra, Varun, they are all jealous of each other. They want that everyone will come to Indra only. And that's why Indra was Krishna. Put that Govardhan like that. Indra is unhappy because he is not getting his share of offering. No? And they're all giving to Krishna. So he got mad. So even any level you go, jealousy. Where is the difference between man and a brute creature if the former has no higher object in view than the swinish ideal of life? Eat, drink, and be merry. If that type of people, what is the meaning of their life? Okay? See, our Hindu scripture is such, whether you read Vedanta, whether you read Bhakti, whether you read Yoga, they will talk very frankly, brutally, all these human weaknesses and the success, both sides. Even the gods are not free from it. What are you thinking about it? So thank you. So we end here and we can have a cup of tea. And let us go and have a cup of tea. চলুন চা খাওয়া যায়। কাগজটা নিয়ে চলুন।